Hello guys, this is Vysh. Hope your preparation for 2020 or 21, whichever year you are doing now, it is going fine. The 2020 mains, as you know, is going on now and it will end by next week, Jan 17th. Okay, 8, 9, 10, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this January 8, 9, 10. The essay and GS1, 2, 3, 4 has got over as of today. And next week you will have the paper A, B and then optionals and all. So I'll show you the timetable also. So this video series which I'm going to do in a couple of days now is to show you what are the 20 questions which UPSC have picked up in this exam. Okay, because this exam has been postponed multiple times and the corona situation is there, coaching institutes are shut down. So the way students have been preparing has been a little haphazard. So we'll see what questions UPSC have picked it. Okay, there are some surprises also, like many important topics have been not asked, like if you see here on the thumbnail itself, world history, women, Gandhi. These are topics from which at least 4 to 6 questions used to come out of the 20. Okay, but this time not even a single question is there from these things. So like this, we'll see the question trend. It's not about discussing the answers or model key or something. This is just to see the trend, because already we have a series which has been very helpful to students, and they've been messaging since yesterday that whatever we have told there in the foundation videos, that has helped them write 2 or 3 extra questions. Okay. So whoever is watching this channel for the first time, I would recommend you to watch these 4 videos which you see on screen, which in normal speed, if you watch, it's around 4 hours, and in increased speed you can see it in at least 2.5 hours. It will get over. Okay, so then this will give you confidence that you can easily write mains even without going for any coaching. Okay, so this you watch and then come back to this video. Okay, just stop it right now if you have not watched this and come back later. Okay, it's no hurry, like you have to watch the 2020 itself first. You have to first understand these papers, then only study the questions. Okay. So 2022 students have been messaging me asking when will the test series start and all these things. If you are a beginner, you have to first understand the UPSC model, what to study, what books to buy, what is the importance of Rajya Sabha TV, economic survey. There are many things which you should know as a foundation. Okay, so those things are done for free at Vysh, and I think 18 to 19 videos are there, which is already there. I will give you all those video links for free in my WhatsApp. You just have to message me foundation, okay, into this number. Just send foundation and you will get that. Then sit 2-3 days, watch all those videos in order, and then get back. Okay, then we'll tell you the test series plans. We are planning a big test series. Every year we make it bigger and bigger. So next time we'll be making it a huge course for prelims and mains. That will I think February end we'll be launching it. Okay, till then you have to be ready with the books and all those things. So message me. And this is the timetable which is going on now. As I told, today 10th Sunday, the paper 4 and 5, that is GS3 and GS4 happened. So those question paper also have had a look. I'll make videos within 1 or 2 days. All these things have been like the same difficulty level, but there were some surprises and some topics were not asked. Okay, so that is the general trend. And next week we'll have the paper A, paper B and optional. Okay, essay I'll make later. Essay is also over, but I thought I'll start with the GS papers first. So GS1 20 questions we'll see today, and this is the thing, paper 2 GS1, and this is the syllabus. Okay, general syllabus, which if you don't know, you have to download the notification and then read it yourself first, and then watch my foundation video which I showed in the first screen. Okay, then you will be clear of every keyword what is given here. Now instructions, till 2016 it was a different set of instructions and different set of marking system and all, and 2017 onwards it has been kept the same. Okay, the pattern I'm telling, like 1 to 10 is like 150 words and 11 to 20 is 250 words. Okay, like 10 marker and 15 marker. So that is the trend. Earlier it was not like that. Earlier it was like split like 3 plus 3 plus 5, 5 plus 8 plus 10. They had a very random and very unorganized way of marking system in UPSC, but now they are following a very standard 20 questions. Okay, so all those things again in the foundational video it is there. Now that video in the foundation I had told like what are the definite topics, okay, which you should study, and maybe that alone if you study itself you can score like 17 out of 20 questions you can write. So exactly like that questions have come in both GS1 and 2 which I have gone through today. So if you see resource and industry, Gandhi, women, globalization, regionalism, communalism, secularism, ocean, disaster, and space mission. Okay, space mission only once or twice it was asked very recently, and then lesser questions from topics like culture, world history, then 1 question or 2 questions definitely from these topics: poverty, hunger, health, education. Then core geography and environment is like very least. Okay, it will come in GS3 paper again. GS3 environment questions will come. So GS1 we'll see the questions. Okay, 20 questions. It's a very short video. I'll just show you the questions trend and whether they have repeated the same questions. So culture will take, because culture is the first word in your syllabus also for GS1. So the rock cut architecture represents one of the most important sources of our knowledge of early Indian art and history. So it's like very general question. It's not like very multi-statement or something, because UPSC started doing the like giving lot of multiple statement, multiple personalities, and they confuse you with a lengthy statement. But this 10 marker is a very simple, straightforward question about the rock cut architecture. Okay, like it is representing our Indian art and history. So this was already asked, same question in 2015. Okay, it's the same question. That's why I told you, if you do from 2013 to 19 the previous year papers alone, you can easily score 10 to 20 marks extra. Okay, other than how much ever studies you do, previous year questions alone will get you marks. Okay, so this was a direct question which was repeated earlier, but they specifically asked about Mesolithic architecture, rocket architecture. This is in general, so you can write more, the scope is more. Okay, then the Pala dynasty, the Pala period is the most significant phase in the history of Buddhism in India. So Buddhism also in R.S. Sharma textbook and in NCERT we have gone through it multiple times. Okay, and in our test series also it's covered. In various phases the Buddhism kept evolving, and then finally it came to an end. So kingdom wise, if you see, I think Gupta dynasty was asked in 2019, that to the coinage of Gupta. Then Vijayanagara architecture was asked, and now they have asked about Buddhism and Pala. Okay, so what they're doing is they're picking up one dynasty and one of the art and culture thing. Okay, medieval and ancient, they will not ask you anything about the political thing about the kingdom or any wars fought. Nothing will be asked. Okay, only the culture aspect of ancient and medieval will be asked. Okay, that is something which most students don't know. They sit and prepare all the Delhi Sultanate, all the Mughal empires, all the war. Nothing is going to come for your GS1 because it is not part of your syllabus. Only the culture part is part of your syllabus. Okay. Then Indian philosophy and tradition played a significant role in conceiving and shaping the monuments. Okay, so monuments is something I think for the first time they are asking. So it's a very simple question again. Okay, like the monuments, obviously, whichever philosophy or the age is going on that time, whichever kingdom, based on their philosophy and all those things, it will have obviously some significance or some influence on the monuments which is there. Okay, Mughal time, it will be Mughal type of buildings. Then after that, when Britishers came, it will be British type of building. So the philosophy and tradition which is going on at that time, that will be influencing the monuments. So that you have to just elaborate, and it's a 15 marker. So you can just go from the ancient till the modern days. You can easily write a 250 word answer for this. Okay, so it's a very simple one. The last year question was like, how will you safeguard the Indian culture and this thing which is changing, evolving, and what are the difference between the ancient and medieval or different kingdoms? So the same thing, they put it in a different way. So they're just playing with the same topic in a more reformed way. The question phrasing I'm telling. Okay. Now the Persian literary sources. So this is a very interesting question. Literary sources questions come very less, but here again Persian literary source, that is Iranian, of medieval India especially, reflect the spirit of the age. Okay, so like the Delhi Sultanate, the Muslim kingdoms, all those things were there till the Mughal Empire. So all those have connections with the Persian regions and all those things. So this is again 15 markers. So you have to write the medieval timeline alone and the literary sources. Many writers, many poets, many people have written biographies of others and all, and many travelers came in with a lot of books, and they went back and then again wrote about their travel histories and all. So all those things reflected the spirit of that age. So that you have to list down all these things in whatever I have told. You have to list out in a proper answer writing format, and answer writing you will learn it through other maybe test series, or maybe you can watch our free video is there, how to write brilliant answers for mains. There is a free video on YouTube, you can watch that. Okay, so this is the culture questions. I think 4 questions came. Okay, and previously UPSC have asked about Greek and Arab travelers in specific. This time they have asked Persian literary sources. Okay, so this is the culture questions. Out of the 20, this is the 4 questions in culture. Now modern history questions were less again, as expected. Every year they are asking very less questions, but in prelims a lot of question comes. So modern history, if you see, evaluate the policies of Lord Curzon and their long-term implications on the national movement. Okay, 2 questions came. I think both were directly from Spectrum. Okay, this one you could have written like Lord Curzon, so I think Swadeshi movement time. Okay, so he did a lot of reforms which were later creating big implications. Okay, there was this Calcutta Corporation Act, there was this I think Sedition Act was there, and I'm not able to remember. Oh, I think Official Secret Act. There are many acts which was there in Curzon time, and which had its like bad influence also and good influence also, and it affected the national movement after that. Okay, after, because it's like 1905, 1910. So that timeline was when the national movement was also becoming more and more involved. So this policies had effect on that. So that you have to explain. And previously, did UPSC ask anything? They have asked about Dalhousie. Okay, in 2013, same question, but instead of the keyword Curzon, it was Dalhousie. Okay, explain the policies of Lord Dalhousie, and it's helping, how it helped in India's modern days and all those things. Okay, so that was the question. Second question, since the decade of 1920s, the national movement acquired various ideological strands and thereby expanded its social base. So this one again is a direct spectrum question. Okay, 1920s, you know, the time when all the revolutionaries were there, communism was there, Russian Revolution influencing. So all those things brought in lot of ideological strands or groups in India. Okay, and the base was increasing day by day. Okay, also it was the time when Gandhi was also at its peak. Okay, 1919, you know, many events were happening, Khilafat and Jallianwala Bagh, all those things. So many things were happening. So that ideological stance was clearly explained in spectrum. Okay, in 2-3 slides it is there. I think my 8th chapter or 9th chapter which I did, in that these are the slides from that only. Okay, if you see the same words you can find here basically into 2 strands. Okay, because of the this thing, see, 1920s what was happening. So all these pointers combinedly you have to make it as a mains answer and write. So this is a direct spectrum. Both the modern history questions were direct spectrum question. Okay, so we are done with 6 questions. Now these topics, region, religion, caste, secularism, globalization, and this, when I explained in my foundational video, I told the word globalization will be definitely there in your question paper. Every year, last 10-15 years you take and you do control F in your PDF, there will be the word globalization in GS1 paper, and this time also they have repeated it. So if you see, has caste lost its relevance in understanding the multicultural Indian society? Okay, you know, multicultural Indian, based on this multicultural thing, I think 3 questions came this time. Okay, so Indian society, you have to tell whether has caste lost its relevance, okay, in understanding this thing, multicultural thing. Okay, because caste issues and people demanding for separate things, you know, that keeps happening. Okay, and controversies are there, fights are there. Some people are telling we are not getting our rights, we are being suppressed, there are many things because of caste. So you have to explain this statement, sticking to the statement. Don't write whatever you know about this caste system in India. Okay, so elaborate your answer with illustrations. So you have to give examples, you have to give some, you have to cite something which happened recently, so that will give you value add to the answer. Okay, do you agree that regionalism, okay, now regionalism in India appears to be a consequence of rising cultural assertiveness? This is again like region wise, you know, like whether it's in the south, there will be some states, there will be like maybe Punjab related, or maybe Maharashtra, Karnataka. There are like regionalism is coming too much nowadays. Okay, there is like both the things. Maybe globalization is also affecting India, regionalism also affecting India. There are both things, and UPSC have asked both of them this time. Okay, so I'll show the next question also, in which they have asked, I think. This is a different one. Customs and traditions suppress reason, leading to obscurantism. Okay, so this one, maybe some people did not even understand the word meaning, so they skipped it. Okay, some student messaged me like, sir, I did not understand this question, what to do? So the word, like, now obviously you will be knowing when you came and googled. Okay, the practice of deliberately preventing the fact or full details of something from becoming known. Okay, so you know, customs and tradition, there are many customs and things being followed in our country that it cannot be questioned. Okay, it cannot be reasoned. So that is what it suppress reason, leading to this. So it will maybe the temple entry for women, or any cultural thing which is like cannot be questioned, like this is like this, you have to follow it. Okay, there is no reasoning, there is no questioning, and the facts are not debated, both sides are not asked. Okay, so that they're asking, do you agree? They are not telling like you have to justify it or something, they're telling, do you agree? So you can take both stands, you can take yes or no. Many students have this problem, like they'll think like, what if I tell yes, UPSC will think like that, what if I tell no, UPSC will think like that, or majority will be telling yes, then how can I tell no? There's nothing like that. When UPSC asks you, do you agree, you can tell whatever you feel, but only thing is, whatever you tell, you have to support it with examples and comments. Okay, that is how you write a good answer. So this again was an interesting question, and many students have skipped this question. Okay, so many students who messaged me today told like this we had skipped it. Okay, so it's okay, because all 20 questions is not required to be written. Okay, is diversity and pluralism in India under threat due to globalization? You know, India is a very diverse country. We have a lot of languages, religions, culture, food habits, dressing, everything is different in India. Okay, but now as you see, globalization is happening. People are like following the Western trend, or like maybe languages itself, everybody are like moving to either English or Hindi alone, or maybe the food items, like everybody knows the fast food item names, but meaning they're moving, they're not eating their usual regional dishes now much. Everything is like becoming metropolitan, everything will becoming global. So is it a threat? Okay, so this one again, justify your answer. So again, they're asking your opinion, so it's, you can do it either way. Okay, how much ever we move to global, people will be still following their traditions and culture and all these things. So our diversity and pluralism, everything is still maintained. So that is your you can tell like no, and then do that. Or if you feel like it's actually happening, then you can tell yes. Okay, so either way you can write. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to write whatever the majority is telling. Okay, you have to write what you feel is right with the proper factual evidence. Okay, So these are the 4 questions again, which came from these topics, which I told. See, globalization, the word will definitely come in the question paper. I don't know why, but UPSC always does that. Every year, your globalization question will be there. Now again, this poverty, hunger, health, education. COVID-19 pandemic accelerated class inequalities and poverty in India. Comment. So this, they have given a statement and they are asking you to comment, and this is actually a true statement also. And it's not like there is no class inequality or poverty earlier. It is already there, but this COVID-19 pandemic accelerated it. Okay, like like when this sudden lockdown and all these things happened, like many people who are this class difference is there. Some people can afford to sit at home. Okay, they need not go for their daily wage work or something. But some other people, because they are lower in class or income or whatever, they cannot sustain that. They could not. So that is why a lot of schemes and a lot of capital was infused, and our government kept on doing a lot of things so that the people can sustain this pandemic time, this lockdown time. Okay, so that is why it accelerated. So you have to comment on that, and what maybe few steps about what government is doing to overcome that. Okay, so that is how this question has to be answered. Now, how have digital initiatives in India contributed to the functioning of education system in the country? Okay, so this is a very easy question I will tell, because education everybody will prepare. So obviously when you prepare, you will prepare the past history, pre-independence, post-independence, the different schemes and everything. Here they are asking just about digital initiatives, and that's a very good question also, because usually such questions are not asked much. Okay, so digital initiatives, you can write whatever is there in education. Okay, because the platforms are being coming, like Swayam platform is there, direct to TV it is there now. Many things are there which digitally people can sit and study, especially now everything is going online. Okay, including this video you are watching, everything is online. People can study sitting at their home through digital initiatives. So you have to elaborate that with all the schemes. So it's a very easy, straightforward question. So I think around 14 questions we discussed. 12 questions we discussed, I think. Now this one is environment. Okay, environment, it's like I think 1 or 2 questions, because the majority of the questions will come in the GS3 paper, which I will discuss in the next video. So India has immense potential of solar energy, though there are regional variations in its development. Okay, so solar energy, India is like trying to build the world's biggest solar plant and all. They first I think tried in Madhya Pradesh, then Rajasthan, then Ladakh. Wherever there is potential, they are doing, but there is regional variation. Okay, it's not like uniformly every state is doing it, or every state is like tapping that potential. So that you have to elaborate with the existing schemes, the future possibilities, and what government is doing. Okay. Examine the status of forest resource of India and its resultant impact on climate change. Okay, this similar kind of questions already come, and it's a very straightforward, simple question. Like forest resource of India, you have to obviously explain like what all resources are there, what all, like not only the climate related, what all it can be. Like forest has many purposes. Okay, not only like giving us the food, water, and all these things, but there are many purposes. So you have to status of the resource in India. Okay, maybe the recent statistics from the forest report which came in 2019. From that you can take data, and then impact on climate change you have to tell. Okay, so that is the question, which is again I think it is attemptable by everyone who is preparing for UPSC. Now the last section, geography, I think 6-7 questions came, but as usual, core geography UPSC don't ask. They don't ask you very like Himalayas or plateaus or plains or anything which is core geography, latitude, longitude. They don't ask anything. That and all will come in your prelims. But in mains, they ask you something which is happening in the news, or maybe generalistic. Okay, and ocean related, usually 2-3 questions come, but this time only one question, which is the Pacific zone. Okay, discuss the geophysical characteristics of circum-Pacific zone. The Pacific Ocean, the ring of fire, very unstable. The tectonic plates are there, like not stable, and tsunamis happen, volcanic eruptions happens, earthquake happens. So that characteristics, okay, which is there in almost every textbook which you prepare for geography, it will be there. So that a 10-marker question has come. Then the process of desertification, okay, does not have climatic boundaries. So desertification is not like only the desert or the original desert which you are talking about. Desertification is a totally different thing. And so that in Vysh IAS also we had done a detailed question. Over the last 2 years in test series we are putting that question. I think this year's 2020 batch also would have written that already. Geography test is over. So in that desertification, a detailed question was there with the maps and with the pictures, everything we gave, like where all deserts are there, where all desertification is happening, what are the Indian and global initiatives. So this question was expected and it is asked finally. Okay, so it is there in our test series and it is there in NCERT also. So this one again, how will the melting of Himalayan glaciers have a far-reaching impact on the water resource of India? This is actually exact ditto wordings asked few years back, 2014. Okay, same thing, but instead of this last keyword, the question was, how will the melting of Himalayan glaciers have an impact on the climate change? That was the question. Okay, but here they asked impact on the water resources. So the same thing, they tweaked it a little bit to make you write it in a different way. Okay, so it's a repeated topic. Now, account for the present location of iron and steel industry. So iron and steel industry also UPSC have asked already. I don't know the year, I think 2013 or 12. Okay, it was very old, but that time they asked about the world locations. Okay, world locations, which is there in NCERT, GC Leong, wherever you are studying resources, that will be there. Okay, and this time they have again asked, but this time the present location away from the source of raw materials by giving example. So you can give all the factors. Okay, there are factors were responsible. That also I think in my test series it would have been over by now, this year's test. There was a question about iron and steel industry, sugar mill industries, cotton industry, jute industry. What are the factors which decide where the industry will be and whether it is near the raw materials or far away from raw materials? All these things are already covered. Okay, so this question was expected, and resources, always one question comes, and this is the question this year. Okay, now interlinking of rivers, this has been new since very long time, in prelims also, in mains also, everywhere questions are going on coming, and this is also repetition. It's a very direct question. The interlinking of rivers can provide viable solution to the multi-dimensional interrelated problems of all these things: droughts, floods, interrupted navigation, everything. So it's like basically you have to explain interlinking of rivers, how is it beneficial, and whether it is multi-dimensional. All these things can be having solutions. Okay, so it's a very easy question, I would say, and it's there in our test series also. Now, account for the huge flooding of million cities in India, including the smart ones like Hyderabad and Pune. So this again is a very direct and repeated question. Okay, UPSC have already asked about flooding because in Tamil Nadu flood came, in Kerala flood came, in Northeast every year flood happens, and many states are seeing this. Okay, like Hyderabad also you see. So these are all in news. Maharashtra flood is there, Mumbai floods. So these things and all, UPSC I think third or fourth time UPSC is asking about the flooding thing. Okay, this time there is no tsunami question, this time there is no landslides, because landslide is UPSC's favorite topic in GS1. But this time there is no landslide or tsunami or earthquake. It is about flooding and water related, which they have asked. Okay, so this is the set of 20 questions which came. Now again I am telling you, people directly don't jump into answer writing or by hearting these answers, going and writing in forums and internet blogs. This is not how you prepare UPSC. Okay, UPSC is a very different kind of exam compared to any other competitive exam in this country. Okay, it is difficult because the vacancies is less. The exam is not very difficult, but the competition is very high, that each mark count. Okay, and for that you have to be strong in your basics, and that is why Vysh IAS is being liked by all the beginners. Okay, you know nothing about UPSC, it's okay, you just have to message me foundation to this number. I'll give you those videos, but you have to sincerely watch them without skipping anything. Okay, if you want to make notes of it, whatever, but sit and watch that in order, and I guarantee you that you yourself will be confident that you will clear the exam in the very next year. Okay, then even after that, if you don't clear, it is just because your luck was not right. Okay, maybe that was not your year, but the next year you will prepare and easily clear. Okay, because how much ever classes you sit, coaching, videos, materials you buy, test series you buy, it doesn't matter. Okay, one standard test series and reading the basic books and listening to someone like Vysh IAS who will help you understand the basic elements of UPSC. Okay, that is what will help you clear this exam. So 2021, it's open test series. 4th batch is running now. So I don't know whether 5th batch we'll be launching it, because 4th batch is like just started now and anybody can join it. Even today 2-3 people have already joined, and installment options are there which you can take and join now, and only in 3-4 different installments you have to pay the full fees. Okay, so till March, till April you have time. So it's not like you have to pay the full fees now. So you just WhatsApp me again for that also if you need to ask about test series. Just same number. And 2022 in February I'm planning, I'm working on the model. Okay, so and any other queries you can email also, and Facebook page is there. There are also a lot of updates keep coming, and in a YouTube please go and see the community tab. Even though videos are very less nowadays, community tab is always interactive, and every day we keep posting something there. Okay, so I'll come up with the next video soon, GS2 hopefully. Till then, enjoy your learning. Thank you and have a nice day.